How can we apply freedom of speech to social media? According to David L. Hudson Jr.'s work on free speech or censorship, some government officials in the United States have suppressed or deleted remarks criticizing the government, which states that it is incorrect because it violates the First Amendment or the freedom of expression. People have the right to charge officials. Another problem arose in May 2018 when people saw Trump blocking tweets on Twitter. Although Twitter is a private company, Trump seems to erase tweets criticizing the president, which constitutes a violation of First Amendment. False information creators and spreaders are punishable under Section CF of the Bayanihan Act on social media and other platforms. People who distribute information that has no valid or beneficial impact on the community and that intended specifically to encourage panic, disorder, anarchy, terror, and uncertainty may face up to 2 months in prison or a fine of up to 1 million pesos. According to the Philippines Armed Forces, communist baiting has long been a part of the government's counterinsurgency operation. It's linked to multiple murders over the years. The heinous trend has endured to this day. In a June 2020 report, the United Nations Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights found that red tagging has posed a significant threat to civil society and freedom of expression in the Philippines.
According to the Republic of the Philippines Constitution, people shall not pass Article Number 3 or the Law on Rights of 1987 on Sector 4 any law affecting freedom of expression. According to Article 10, you have the right to maintain your views and to express them without interference from the government freely. It includes the freedom to express your thoughts openly through public protests and demonstrations, and the ability to write articles, books, or brochures, television or radio broadcasts, art creation, social media, and the internet. The citizens shall not be deprived or abridged of the right to talk, write, or publish their sentiments. As one of the great bulwarks of liberty, the press freedom shall be inviolable as specified in Madison's version of the speech and press clauses, adopted in the House of Representatives on June 8, 1789.
What are the limits of freedom of speech? Freedom of speech, according to the Arlen Dugnang, is the world's most misunderstood law. Here in the Philippines, for example, the Filipinos use freedom of expression to convey ideas and opinions that sometimes go beyond the line of offending or disrespecting the government. There are mandatory limitations of freedom of expression, such as laws against slander and defamation and laws against obscenity. There are also voluntary limits, such as community guidelines found on social media and other websites. She claimed that even though there is a freedom of expression, there are also restrictions. In the Philippines, our Supreme Court directed the government to grant a party a permit to hold a public assembly near the U.S. Embassy in Ross Boulevard as late as 1983 in Reyes versus Bagatsing, despite the absence of any clear and present danger to public order. In the 1956 case of Ignacio versus Ella, on the other hand, a minority section was allowed to hold a meeting only in a section of the plaza that was not near a Catholic church to avoid disrupting the peace. The High Court confirmed the condition of which did not even warrant proof the disruption was imminent. Harassment, extortion, and abuse are examples of offenses that use speech to commit them and don't cover the First Amendment.